Since the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, Prince William and Harry are set to reunite in just over 48 hours for the unveiling of the statue of their mother, Diana.
But will the brothers put their differences aside or will tensions boil over? Let's bring in the author of Battle of the Brothers, Robert Lacey, who is in London. Robert, always nice to talk to you. How is the relationship between the boys right now?
Pretty low, pretty bad. It's frustrating for their friends. I've talked to quite a lot of their friends who say, well, what's interesting, the difference between now and, say, the War of the Wales is that some of your older viewers may remember was that when Charles and Diana split, their friends joined them and there was a sort of open war. Now, everybody wants to bring the brothers together, but at the moment, they're proving obstinate, and we're just hoping that when it comes to the unveiling of the statue of their mother Diana on Thursday, that maybe that'll change and maybe there'll be some move in a more positive direction.
Look, from time to time, everywhere around the world, brothers and sisters annoy each other and brothers go head-to-head. It's a pretty serious breach, though, when you start going into the media and start having a go. It's obviously going to be William who has to rise above it. How are they going to mend that?
I'm glad you said that, Karl. It is William who's got to rise above it. I mean, he's the future king, future Prince of Wales. He's the guy who's really taken offence. I mean, when you try and work out what it's all about, they had a row in courtship days when William felt that Harry should slow down, as William took 8 years to commit finally to Kate because he thought, she's got to serve a sort of apprenticeship as a future queen. He just assumed that Harry should do the same with this American girl from a different culture, celebrity in her own right. Would she fit in? He wanted to know. Well, I think his doubts have proved correct. And then a couple of years ago, they had a furious row over bullying allegations that were made against Meghan. They said she'd arrived like a film star. She treated her staff as if they were serfs, as if they were peasants. And William, again, took offence. And so you're right. He's the one who's got, on Thursday, to somehow start making friends again.
Look, and here's the thing, as a parallel, not one that you immediately draw, but the Swiss have just beaten the French in a penalty shootout at Euro 2020.
Interested to see where he's going with this, Robert.
If you're William, you're going to be feeling a bit hollow no matter what happens, like France.
Yeah, well, I was watching it, and I stopped watching it to come and talk to you.
So and it's ruined
all about it.
Anyway, you won't believe what happens.
No, but let's be serious about these royals. I mean, right from the beginning, there was rivalry. Age of 4, Harry once said to the nanny, "Why do I have to behave properly? I'm not going to be king." These kids have been stereotyped from an early age. Harry was always the dirty rascal, with William the king of the castle. William could do no wrong. And that resentment festers, and it festers to the present day. They've decided, as you know, to start a new life in California on the Pacific. And that's the new challenge for the British royal family, to have an alternative branch, as it were. In 1936, King Edward VIII went into abdication, published his memoirs, and said nothing else. Well, Harry and Meghan have a lot to say, and that's an ongoing challenge for William and the rest of the royal family in Britain.
Well, that is exactly it, isn't it? Because they will meet on Thursday for the reveal of Princess Diana's statue. It would have been her 60th birthday. But how does William even attempt to mend that relationship, if that's what he wants to do? It sounds like he does, knowing that whatever he says to his brother, he's going to go back and obviously Harry will share it with his wife, as he should. But then how do you know for sure that that's not going to end up on another Oprah Winfrey interview or on some sort of podcast somewhere?
That's the underlying mistrust that's at play. What we do know about Thursday is that there'll be no members of the House of Windsor there apart from Harry and William. It's a Spencer-organised occasion. It'll be Lord Spencer, Diana's brother, and his 2 sisters. And the hope is that in that particular family setting, Spencer will impress upon his 2 nephews that the time has come to get serious. Obviously, they're not going to kiss and make up immediately. But next year, there's a jubilee, the Queen's 70th anniversary on the throne. She has already invited Meghan and Harry to be present at that with their 2 children. They're waiting to hear whether Meghan and Harry and Archie and Lily are going to attend. But that's the long-term goal, and Thursday is the beginning of what we hope will be a rapprochement.
Okay, we had, I don't know what that word means, but I get what the implication is.
Coming back together.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Perfect. Look, we did hear reports here the other day that the Queen had actually gone and met with Harry when he arrived back here. Ali and I were talking that maybe she's the one to mend the fences again.
She is. Harry's not talking to his brother. He's scarcely talking to his father. The only blessing of the past year is that he has this very close relationship to the Queen, who sort of stepped in as a stepmother after the death of Diana. After all, Camilla could make no claim to be a stepmother. The Queen, there we are, we're looking at her. She's played 2 roles. She's coached young William as a future king. One of the problems is there isn't, of course, in being a spare in the British monarchy. Harry's problem is he's got to learn to be a spare. And Margaret failed and Andrew failed. And so all that's left is his closeness to the Queen, the fact he can pick up the phone. He can't quite talk to her because she doesn't walk around with a mobile, but the operators put him through. And that's the hope for the future, that between grandmother and grandson, there'll be some sort of rapprochement worked out.
Oh, I love that word. I'm going to use that. Hey, thank you so much.
Getting together again. Sorry, too much European.
Yeah, too much for my convict head.
I'm thinking about the French and the Swiss. You see, they both speak French.
No, the French are out, which is good. And England play Germany tomorrow. I'm not sure who Harry will be going for, England or Germany. He does have history, of course. But thank you for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Have it on his arm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I never said that.
No, don't do that. Robert Lacey's updated book, Battles of Brothers, is available now from all good bookstores. He is a fabulous writer and great talent. We love having him on our show.